not learning any new stitch. What we will be learning is how to make the single crochet stitch in continuous rows. In the previous lesson, you had learned how to make the single crochet stitch in the foundation row. Today I will show you how to continue stitching. And to begin, I would suggest that you keep a stitch marker, in fact 2 stitch markers with you. What stitch markers help in doing is that what we'll be using these for is to mark the first stitch in every row. This helps us keep the count of the stitches. So as always, I have already crocheted a chain of 11 here, and like I mentioned in the last episode, how we are going to be making our single crochet stitch, we will skip the 11th chain that we have made and go into the 10th chain, which is the top loop of the 10th chain. Pull a loop. You have 2 loops now, and now pull a loop through both the loops. This is your first crochet, single crochet made. Now what you can do is, this is a very useful tip, especially as a beginner. Use your stitch marker and mark this stitch, and then we continue making the remaining stitches. So this is your second crochet, this is your third, this is your fourth, this is your fifth, this is your sixth, this is your seventh. Remember, you're going into the top loop in this row. It's just the foundation row. This is 10th. Now I have made 10 single crochets in my foundation row, just like in the last episode. The lesson for this episode is how you move on to the next row. How do you crochet in the next row? In order to do that, you will have to make a chain. You know how to make a chain? Pull it down, put the hook below the yarn, and pull the yarn through the loop. That's one chain made. And now you will turn your work. Can you see? I was working this way. Now I'm going to work this way. Now when you are turning, you will see this V made. You will put your, can you see this? This is your V. In the same stitch, you will put your hook below, pull up a loop, and pull up a loop. Now you've started your second row. Use your second stitch marker and mark the stitch. So that's your first. Again, you will go into the second. What you will notice is there's a V formation that you're going through both. You will put through, pull up a loop. Again, I'm going to show you. This is the V of this is actually the single crochet stitch that you made in the foundation row. You're going through that single crochet stitch. Can you see? There's a V-like formation. You go through it, you pull the loop inside. Now you have 2 loops, and then you push the loop through. This is your third single crochet made. Again, put it through the gap, pull a loop through. This is your fourth. Basically what you're doing is you're going inside the single crochet stitches of the bottom row, which is your first row, and you are placing a single crochet stitch in this. Way you need to go through is this gap, this top gap, where you can clearly see there's a V-like structure. We continue. The method of making the single crochet stitch remains the same. Only thing is now you are putting through the hook through the last crochet stitch that you made in the previous row. Now you've come to the last stitch. You will remove the stitch marker. See, there is a V here, the first single crochet that we made in the previous row. This is your second row crocheted. Now again, if you have to continue, you will go below the loop, make a chain, then turn your work, go into the same, that's one, mark your stitch, then continue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remove this. 10. That's your row number 3 done. And this way you will continue making rows of single crochet stitches. You will chain, you will turn your work, you will go through the last single crochet stitch you made, the V that you see, there will be a gap here, you can see. You will pull your thread through, then you will pull your thread to both. And what you will do is you will mark your first stitch in your every row that you make. Again, you will go through and you will push. Remember, this is a single crochet stitch that we are doing in continuous rows. See? You're going through this gap here. What you will notice is that a V is being, and then you're doing the same thing. You're going under the thread, pulling a loop up, then you have 2 loops on your thread, then you're again going under the thread and pulling a loop up. That's how you continue making single crochets across. Well, you spot a knot, it's not here. Remove your last one. That's your row 4 made. And this is how you continue to make rows in a zigzag manner, however many rows you require. Right now I've made 4 rows of single crochet. Keep practicing. Until next time, bye.